How can you leverage virtual assistants in your service-based creative business to help do the main task or function that your business provides? Hey guys, Adrienne Green with Workogenics here, and today I really wanted to dive into all the potential of utilizing virtual assistants in these creative service-based businesses. And yes, virtual assistants can do all the business operations and back end, but what sometimes people don't think about is a virtual assistant can do the main task of your business. So let's talk about what that looks like. So first, what kind of businesses are we speaking to here, right? We're talking to social media managers, right? Graphic design agencies, any kind of design agency, video editing services or video production services who need video editing, podcast production services, web design, web development, anything like that where you are having what could be considered a creative task and you're providing a service by doing that creative task. And that's something where you may not know that there are a ton of virtual assistants who are trained and ready to come work within your business as one of those service providers. We have people doing those functions within our business as a part of business operations, and we have clients who are using virtual assistants to be those service providers in their business. In the same way you might subcontract with somebody domestically, you can subcontract effectively, right, with a virtual assistant who is an expert at whatever that service is, and all you need to do is work with them and train them in your style, your processes, and how you like things done. So let's talk about, what creative tasks can these people do, right? What creative tasks can you have a virtual assistant do for your business? So you can have a virtual assistant do anything with any kind of graphic design, right? If they're creating images, if they're editing photos, if they're editing videos, if they're editing podcasts, right? Any kind of creative work like that. If you want somebody who's going to help develop websites, right? Or do any kind of programming or computer-based task, that is also another kind of creative task that virtual assistants are often trained and able to help with. So those are, I think, gives you a taste of the roles, but pretty much any kind of creative task. So how would you bring in a virtual assistant to help in your creative service-based business successfully? Well, first, you work with us because we are pros at getting the virtual assistant, right? We're pros with the virtual assistant. So you'll come with us, you'll say, hey, this is what my business looks like. This is where I don't have enough hours in the day to do the work, or this is where my current staff doesn't have enough hours in the day. This is what I need more help with. And we learn a little bit about you, about that business. And we go out, we find that great virtual assistant, we bring them on and we train them up with systems, our procedures, our processes so that they can help you. Then what I would say is teach them your specifics. Well, first, if you've already grown your team through hiring other people, right? If you've already brought on someone other than yourself, you can use a lot of that same training techniques or processes that you used when you hired someone else, right? And if that person was in-house, now we're just going to move that to being a virtual training, right? With a video meeting, things like that. A lot of these creative tasks are all computer-based now. So you can very easily share your screen, walk through how you like to do things on that. And one of the benefits also is when you do this virtual training, you can make a video of it so that you don't have to go through it again. All too often, we see with that initial training of a new hire, people are repeating themselves again and again and again. And that's not your income generating top 20% business as a business owner. So what we do instead, what I would recommend is when you make that first training, when you do that first training with your first virtual hire, record it. And then the next time somebody needs to come on and be trained, they just watch the recording and then they have a one-to-one meeting with you where they ask any questions, or you can follow up and you can ask questions to check for comprehension and things like that. But it allows your time to be spent on that higher level review and question answering and not the basic transfer of information. So a little bit of an aside of what I think would be best practices to leverage your time more efficiently. So use whatever training practices you already have in place, set things up virtually, and then, start to give them tasks. So something I recommend with all virtual assistants, and I think it really applies here, is, they're not going to be experts on your entire business and all your services from day one. So think about, hey, here's a task that gets done a lot, and here is that I can hand off. You hand off that task, they master it, and then you move on to a second task, right? You don't give them 10 tasks at once. You give them one, allow them to master it, and then you move on. So that is another thing I would recommend as best practices. I hope this gives you an idea of the potential and the ease with which, for a creative service-based business, you can very easily grow your business through a virtual assistant. And one of the big positives I think that I haven't touched on yet is that they're going to be doing the tasks that you charge for. So you are getting to earn that difference between what you charge for that and what you're having to pay the virtual assistant to help with that. So it can be very profitable. You can make a lot of money per hour when you're growing your business this way. And often people, when they come to us, they're at max capacity. They can't do more themselves. So you're able to help more people and expand your reach as well by doing this hiring. So there's a lot of benefits there. If you're looking to hire a virtual assistant, please reach out. All our contact information is below. We start with a discovery call to learn about you and your business and see how we can help.